morning. So the video for today is just what we gathered from kind of a bulk grocery buy. And as I was editing, I kind of had a few thoughts I wanted to share at the front end of this video. So I know a lot of people will, post their bulk purchases from Costco or Azure Standard Drop, that kind of thing. I live in Western Pennsylvania, and I'm very thankful I have access to a resource called Frankferd Farms, where they they source a lot of things locally. It said on their website they're third generation. So when I started doing my bulk pickups or my bulk orders, I'm like, okay, what would I have in the house that would keep me from having to go to the grocery store, or what would prevent me from getting a meal together and like calling and ordering a pizza or something like that? Because if I can put together a pizza, the cost of the flour that's in that sourdough starter, the sauce that I perhaps made myself out of my garden, and the cheese from the 5-pound block of cheese that I shredded and froze in my, like if it's in my house and I can throw that together, the cost of throwing that pizza together and having it for dinner versus ordering a pizza, not even the same thing. Okay, so when I get on Frankferd Farms website, and that's where I did my pickup from, there is so much stuff to order. You can just click on different categories. You can click on, I think you can do specific like diet, like gluten-free or that kind of thing, but it's overwhelming. So what I'd recommend is have a list before you get on. What are your staples? What are the things that you need in your house to be able to get a meal together? And so find those things, kind of have in mind like what's the quantity you want. Like I bought 2 cases of cheese and 5 pounds of mozzarella, but that's going to last us a really long time. So what is the quantity you want and what are the things you want? Get those in your cart and see the total, see if you're comfortable with that. And then maybe just have like a couple, like it'd be really cool to try this thing, because like the amount of different flours that you can get from Frankferd Farms is like endless. Even just picking, if you just want an all-purpose flour, the number of choices of different kinds of all-purpose flour and the quantity to purchase is completely overwhelming. So have in mind what you want, and then like get that in your cart, look at your total. Are you comfortable with that total, or do you want to add just a little more? And then like they have a lot of different kinds of grains and different flours and mixes and blue cornmeal and all of those kind of things. Like, what would you like to try? And I think this goes with garden planning as well. Like if you're planting your garden, what do I know that I eat? What do I know how to prepare? So like focus on that and then branch out a little bit. What would be interesting to try to like just designate a little space for? Or what would be interesting to try from Frankferd Farms to designate just a little bit of money for? Maybe not. Maybe just get 100% the staples and check out and don't even start looking at other things. So really cool place, not an affiliate. I just like what they do and feel like more people should know. I just want to show you the things that I picked up today. Nice thing, you place your order, they get everything out for you, and they just bring it to your car. So you can help. Okay. Parmesan cheese. I have one child that very often will eat literally just shredded Parmesan cheese. I don't know that this is organic. I think this is, yeah, it's not labeled organic. A lot of the things I do buy are organic or raw. This is not one of those. Do you want to put 2 of those in the drawer, kiddo? Some of these are going to a downstairs fridge. 5-pound block of mozzarella.
Since we go through a lot of that.
We do pizza night at least once a week. And this is, Quinn, come on over. What is this?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
I think one bag per pot.
So put that back in.
One bag per pot, Mama?
No. So my children request popcorn pretty much every single day.
Yeah. We have popcorn.
Once I'm done taking care of everything. So I bought a case of popcorn. Okay. So we got some gluten-free flour for family members that visit that are gluten-free. A big old jug of olive oil. Can you set that on the counter there? And yeah, a gallon of apple cider vinegar. I also bought, hang on, a 25-pound bag of flour, and it's raining right now, and I don't want to carry. It's just like a paper bag. I mean, it's multiple layers. It'd probably be fine, but I'd rather carry that in when it's not raining. Oh, I forgot I got that. I got some spelt and buckwheat pasta. I actually forgot I had ordered that. I think just a couple I wanted to try. And then we got, we can buy bulk, I think this is organic, seasonings. Just a second, honey. So this is like a pound of Italian seasoning, a pound of cinnamon, a pound of cumin, and a pound of peppercorns. Now, the cinnamon and the peppercorns we will definitely go through. We might share some of the other stuff, but the price on it's really good. So even buying this amount and sharing, we're better off than buying small containers at the store. There's flies on the lens. I wonder if people can actually see those. There. And then Goose, what is in there?
Salt.
Salt. We like Redmond's real salt, a couple just regular salts, and a kosher, like coarse ground salt.
This is heavy.
And then a couple seasoned salt. And then, hang on, I don't want you to puncture that bag. And then they have like a lot of different kinds of flour. And then we got a bag of einkorn flour. Quinn, you're up. We got a case of frozen strawberries, so I need to get those downstairs and in the freezer.
Very cold.
Go ahead and open the next one. Let your sister open that one, honey.
And a bunch of frozen blueberries.
Yep, and then we got a case of frozen blueberries, so I need to get those downstairs.
Are these organic?
Yes, these are organic. So I need to get these downstairs to the freezer.
And cheddar cheese.
Yeah, so we got a case of cheddar cheese.
More cheese.
Oh, smoked cheddar. I thought I got Gouda. But I got smoked cheddar, smoked Gouda. Apparently I got smoked cheddar. We haven't actually had this one yet, so we'll have to try it out. I feel that there's a need for some macaroni and cheese, perhaps, with a smoked cheddar. And then, like I said, I have a 25-pound bag of an all-purpose white flour in the car that I'm just going to carry in once it's done raining. And that, I'm pretty sure they mill it themselves. So I know best case, if you're using grains, is to grind them yourself in terms of the nutrient content and all of that. But I feel like the second best, squeaky dog in the background, if you can, is freshly ground, which I can get from Frankferd Farms. So that is the haul that I just brought in. But that just covers a lot of bases. If we buy our meat, we actually get a quarter of beef from my dad. We have a local farmer that we buy a pig from. We get chicken usually from my brother. And then with our garden and being able to do this, that can take care of a lot of our groceries. We do have fussy children that still like goldfish and graham crackers and those things. So we're still going to the grocery store, but It's a really great place. So not affiliated, but I'll put a link in the description below. Thanks for joining me.